like he'd already mapped out every spot on my body that needed to be awakened. And he touched everyone. Clothes melted. He knelt before me like I was a goddess, like worship was built into his DNA. When the company sent me to a wellness retreat, I almost laughed. Me, Catherine Walker, Executive Vice President of Brand Strategy at one of the biggest firms on the West Coast. I run 20-person meetings before noon. I close million-dollar deals on speakerphone while cooking dinner. I don't do yoga. I don't do retreats. But my husband pushed me. "You need to unplug," he said. "Breathe a little." Maybe he was just tired of me around the house. So I went. Lush eco resort. Private villas. No emails, no heels, just scheduled detox smoothies, guided breathing, and group yoga classes in the middle of the jungle. That's where I met Zion. And that's where I lost my mind. He wasn't what I expected. Then again, neither was yoga at 7 a.m. Zion walked barefoot across the bamboo floor like he was floating. Strong, centered, calm, skin like polished bronze, eyes like midnight, voice like silk wrapped in sin. He didn't look like he belonged to a place so serene. He looked like a man who could ruin you quietly and walk away before the sun even rose. "Let's begin," he said to the class. But his eyes found me. The way he moved, God, it was poetry in muscle, control in motion. Watching him adjust the other women, touching their shoulders, guiding their hips. I told myself I was just following the routine. But every time he passed behind me, I felt his presence down to the marrow of my bones. "You're holding tension," he said, kneeling beside me during a stretch. "I'm always holding tension," I muttered. He smirked. "Not anymore." I skipped lunch that day, wandered back to the yoga pavilion during his break. I don't know what I was expecting. I told myself I just wanted to ask about form. But the truth was, I wanted to see if what I felt was real. He was there, alone, shirtless, doing slow, controlled poses, like his body was sculpted for sin. "You came back," he said without looking at me. "I have questions." He rose from the mat in one graceful move. "You're not here for answers," he said, stepping closer. "You're here because your body's been screaming for attention." My breath caught. He closed the space between us. "Your husband doesn't see it, but I do. I've been seeing it since the first breath you took in front of me." "You're crossing a line," I whispered, though I didn't step back. He leaned in, close enough to smell the sandalwood on his skin. "Then pull me back." I didn't. 1 second I was standing. The next I was against the bamboo wall, his mouth on mine, his hands firm around my waist. His kiss was deep, confident, measured, like he'd already mapped out every spot on my body that needed to be awakened. And he touched everyone. Clothes melted. He knelt before me like I was a goddess, like worship was built into his DNA. Every move was precise. Every breath against my skin was a lesson in restraint and release. When he finally pushed into me, I gasped, head falling back, body arching to meet him. His rhythm was slow, controlled, devastating. He whispered affirmations against my throat, into my ear. "Let go. Feel everything. You deserve this." And I did. I surrendered, completely, to the pleasure, to the guilt, to the rush of being chosen, not just tolerated. Later, lying tangled in the sheets of my villa bed, I traced the ink across his chest. "What's this?" I asked. He looked down. "It's my mother's name. She used to work at your company, got laid off after 20 years. No pension, no warning." I froze. He met my eyes. This retreat is owned by your CEO's wife. I got the job here through her foundation. I wasn't supposed to touch the clients. Silence. But when I saw you, he leaned in, kissed my shoulder. You weren't just another executive. You looked like someone who needed to remember what it feels like to be touched by someone with nothing to lose. He left before sunrise. I didn't go to the last day of the retreat, but I did leave him something on his mat. A single note. You weren't wrong. I needed it. I still do.